does it actually do any damage to the opponents, and which nade you should do. Because it pops so high in the air, it doesn't do anything even if somebody is in Xbox. So what you should do instead, I'll show you the lineup. This is the lineup for HE you can do. You go right side of this box. Even if double door is smoked, you go for this little crack. You aim a little bit to the left so it doesn't bounce off of this edge. W, jump throw. And you can see this HE does damage to people on Xbox, jumping up catwalk, and also to people being in catwalk already. So guys, I want to offer some free demo reviews in order to help you guys improve. All of the people who care about improvement in CS, and maybe some of you opt to go semi-pro, pro. This type of coaching will definitely help you, and it's gonna get at least some segments of your game improved. Depending on how popular and how big of a demand there is, I'll do it more often or less often. And I advise you to watch these type of videos I'm gonna upload, because there's probably going to be something you didn't know, even if it's the smallest thing that's gonna be improvement, that's gonna be something new for you. We're gonna follow Lachko here, who's level 8, 1564 elo. It's Dust 2, and his impressions are, although they won this game, he feels like he didn't perform to the level he expects himself to perform. And we're gonna break it down and see his game, observe a bit, and point out what he should improve on. Let's talk about pistol round immediately. So Lachko buys molly and smoke for long. Here's the thing, first of all, I think if you want to do some nades for long, you should do HE, because if these want to go out of long, that probably means they have good spawn, and city molly is pretty bad. They can always go out and not receive that much damage. This way with HE you're gonna do a lot of utility damage on the guy picking, and what I don't like is that you took a little bit wider angle than you should. That makes you an easy target. If somebody picked with pit 50, I think you would be dead. Okay, you guys smoke long. Some things happening on mid. Your teammate died who pushed top mid all the way. You're holding long. I don't think you should be holding this angle, because if they wanna go out of smoke, you should hold right side. And I don't think you should be re-smoking long, because there are more important choke points. Yes, long is important, but in pistol rounds, rarely who comes long late with numbers there, yeah? So I would better block them off short and play side than smoke off, re-smoke long. There's a problem here as well. You completely overlooked long. So you have two options here. Either you fully commit and you take shot and you fight for shot, or if you want to hold both, you either crouch here and occasionally pick, or you go into this corner and hold off angle for shot. This way it feels like you're not aware of the possibility that somebody might come late from long. We have eco round here, and what I really like by you in this situation is, upon getting this kill and getting the AK, of course you're looking if somebody might pick, you know, not to catch you off guard, but you instantly go and save. This is the discipline I like. As much as we're gonna bring and point out mistakes, we need to praise all of the good things, and this is definitely getting the best out of every situation. That means you're gonna have an extra gun some round early on in the half, which is gonna be important. Quick point about one of the situations I just saw when it comes to this duel, and it's not favorable duel for you, because he can see your whole body, while you can see obviously only his like up, torso and head, which makes it more like a headshot angle. But to put that aside, you need to be more mobile while shooting. The game is fast paced. Remember that. So it allows you to shoot 2 to 3 bullets and move. You definitely shouldn't stay static. About the way you should be shooting and taking duels, you should never, when you're in the open, you should never stay static. You should never crouch. You should never stand in one position without moving. Okay, so what you have to do instead is, you see them, look at how accurate I am even though I'm moving. This is what the game gives you, especially with silence and M4. And you don't have to see it that way. Either win or lose this duel. Look at how powerful jiggle picking is. So that means you don't have to commit. Next round we also have a situation we can get something out of it. You guys take B, your teammates are gonna start dying on short. Number 2, this guy. Then you have them taking middle, but here's gonna be my point. Up when you came back to check B, don't rotate from CT. Try to go for that duel 1v1 tunnels, or at least, you know, based on how many you saw on radar, how many of them got called by your team, it's much better for you to take tunnels, go lower as slowly as it's needed, then to go mid and then fight them while your teammates are actually not fighting them, you know? So you cannot have that timing of trying to catch somebody off guard. But if you slowly take tunnels like that, it's gonna provide you with more options. If your teammates die like that, then, you know, it's 2v5 now. Most likely, there's somebody waiting for you somewhere, whether it's gonna be upper tunnels, T-spawn, lower tunnels, whatever. Then you should rather opt to save here than go, because there's too many angles they're gonna trade eventually, you know, and this thing happens where one guy is running all the way, you heard the guy jumping from short to CT, but still it's really difficult situation for you. Now let's talk about this HE you did for mid. Does it actually do any damage to the opponents, and which nade you should do? Because it pops so high in the air, it doesn't do anything even if somebody is in Xbox. So what you should do instead, I'll show you the lineup. This is the lineup for HE you can do. You go right side of this box. Even if double door is smoked, you go for this little crack. You aim a little bit to the left so it doesn't bounce off of this edge. W, jump throw. And you can see this HE does damage to people on Xbox, jumping up catwalk, and also to people being in catwalk already. Okay, we need to review this round. You're going to take B, you smoked it off. Your teammate died early on. But look, as long as these don't have long 100% or short, you shouldn't be moving from B. Yeah, it's okay. While smoke is still up, in upper tunnels, you can try and pick mid if there's no smoke, whatever. I know your teammate looked like he left long, but he still, you know, he still has it. There's probably miscomms there. Look what happens. He regains long, but you left B, and then you created this timing gap. And you put yourself in a really difficult spot where this guy lurks from B, he took hold B. Now this round is really difficult for you guys. I wouldn't say it's winnable, especially with a man down and T's have B side. So yeah, all of your teammates die and the only guy is Hopper who's gonna save the op. Now again we have another example of you should always try to be mobile, jiggle a lot, try to shoot instead of... You know, if you crouch in the middle with Deagle, that's like a death sentence for you. But you should try instead, try and jiggle, try to shoot through wall a bit. You don't have to be fully exposed. This is simply how CS2 works. Look at this, once you see these guys, you don't have to be in the open in order to be accurate with Deagle and to do damage. I know these guys are bots, they don't shoot back, and you're not gonna be one tapping these guys, they're gonna be moving. But it's gonna provide you with possibility of doing damage and with you not receiving fatal damage, so to say. So again, it's not either I kill or I get killed. And also, let's talk about the ways you're gonna be taking long, whether you're with teammates or you're solo. If it's gonna be double HE, if it's gonna be smoke from far away, we also need to establish proper flashes from somebody who's gonna be supporting. First thing we have to discuss is the way you nade long or do any nades, whether it's gonna be molly or HE. So as you're running, you turn with your back, you come closer to corner here, and you don't want to expose yourself fully, like all the way more than you need to, because there's somebody gonna be peeking out there, they're gonna one tap you. Second thing is the way you want to take long. Let's establish two ways. One way is gonna be you do double HE, two best spawns. Third guy who's gonna be supporting, if you guys have problems with long, yeah, he's gonna do entry flash 149, one flash to the left, you drop him additional flash, so he has 3 flashes in total, he's gonna flash left side like that. That means if they're fighting for long and they're going out, they're gonna be fully flashed and you guys can kill them easily. As, you know, flashes pop behind you, you swing, bam, bam, bam. Another way is if you wanna take it delayed, so you wanna smoke blue like that, first guy who's gonna be the best spawn, this is something that can be done as 2 as well. He's gonna molly blue, you wait for the smoke, and the guy who is smoking is gonna come and he's gonna do these same line of flashes. So what you need is to establish proper ways of approaching areas of the map you're holding. You don't want to add any randomness, anything, and always have in mind, before you go out of spawn, the way you want to take it. Always have that plan in mind. This is a round where you and a teammate decide to push upper tunnels, walk push it, which is something I really like. I like the play, but we can make it better, we can fulfill it. I'm gonna show you how. You wait for the smoke to fade, then you're gonna pick maybe You should be the guy taking space with MP9, just swinging here. You guys probably figured out by now that Escobar likes to lurk from upper tunnels. So you take tunnels, you take AK. Now this is where you overextend and you basically mess up the good thing you guys did by, again, overextending. Why? Because you have two guys up short close. You made damage, you made noise here. What does this give you? This gives you an opportunity to go back all the way, both of you, and to take mid. You can crunch the middle from short and from mid side. Why do I say it creates space for you? Because they're gonna be questioning if you guys are still up in upper tunnels, if somebody pushed T-spawn. You know, you can always be mobile and be methodical. This is how many teams play. They decide to put numbers and clear one side, then they over-rotate, they put pressure on other side, etc, etc. So what happens here now is you're gonna die to lower tunnels guy. Yes, you have teammates that are... You guys probably wanted to crunch the mid like this, and you have the bomb. But you lose track of if somebody walked out middle. It puts you in an awkward position. And you know where this last guy is? Now when he starts shooting at your teammate in middle. If this guy was a little bit better because your teammate was low, then he would have free frag and an opportunity to take duel with you. And yeah, instead of smoking off deeper, once you lose your positioning and you cannot do it anymore, just leave this guy. You can smoke it off like this and just take tunnels, you know. He cannot go back big from tunnels. At least you have something instead of thinking, oh, I have to duel him here. That doesn't work because your teammate is low and you make it a little bit difficult for them. Still, you know, it's 2v1, your teammate should win it, but why risk it if you can routinely win the round? You're gonna buy util, smoke flash, you smoke Xbox. Good smoke. Teammates are out long fast. You have one flash left. Your teammate messes up the smoke. From this point you can tell it's a miss smoke. What you can do with that remaining flash over or bounce flash down like that and try to go car and try to use headshot angle if you wanna commit to A, because it's a difficult position. Your teammate is with P250 far away, closer to pit. But my point is, you always have to adapt. You always have to take the best out of every situation. You know? If you jump out like that and smoke is bad, it's literally a shooting squad looking at you. Try and salvage what you can and use headshot angles when you don't have armor and when you're low HP. Second round, you guys decide to go eco. Look, this is a really difficult position for you because you cannot go through that Molotov as much as CT molly is underwhelming, yeah? Wait the molly out, wait for your teammates, then you swing together and you go for numbers because you're eco. Any small win in situations like this. You take a man out, take their gun, take equipment. It's gonna count later on in the half when you need to reset them. This situation right here. You kill one guy long. You have two teammates in upper tunnels. You want to fake A for them to create space for them to go B, which is a good game plan. As I see it, they kinda go a little bit before you, a little bit earlier, but it doesn't matter. What I want to point out for you is once they do something on B and CT see the guy going inside B, first of all, you don't have to spam on top of the smoke if your teammates are already in B, they already made some pressure there. Try to be sneaky. You have two options here. One is to sneak through smoke and try to catch them in the back. Second is to go ramp. Obviously, you know, pick this tiny angle if there's somebody there. You can never tell by these smokes. Sometimes there's a little gap, so you should always be aware of that. But my point is, go towards ramp, try to go top side and flank somebody here or jump CT later on, because they're gonna be occupied by the fact that these are also in B and they probably saw the bomb or this guy alone. As they see, I think, only two of you long. You know, try to be a little bit more sneaky when it comes to those type of situations, because you're still shooting through the smoke. There's no point for you to create any more pressure and to fake a hit. You need to be focusing on duels, focusing on flanking people. So for me, this duel, you're not focused on fighting with that guy. Focused means you anticipate where they're gonna come from, they know about you, and then you crouch and you pre-aim them, or you just wait for them. You put your crosshair there where you think they're gonna wide swing. You're ready for that duel. It has to be one of these two things I mentioned. Either you flank, you try to make a cheeky move through the smoke or go through ramp by not doing any sound, not shooting, or you're ready once they swing ramp, they swing topside, you are ready for them. Alright guys, this was all for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new, and I hope Lachko's game is gonna improve and he's gonna go level 10 in no time. If you guys want me to do demo analysis for you, it's free. I'll be picking a random winner, so you have to comment with your FACEIT nickname. I'll be randomly drawing one of you guys for the next one, and if there's big demand, maybe I'll do it more often. See you in the next one. Peace.